So are you considering creating a coaching website but don't really know what you need in terms of software, how much it will cost, or where to start? Well, then this video is perfect for you, especially if you're a beginner to this. I will answer all of those questions and much more. Hello Internet people, my name is Robert and I help digital creators with the tech side of their business. So what do you need to build a coaching website? First of all, you need a domain name. And domain name is just the part that you type into browsers. For example, youtube.com is a domain name. So you need to get your own domain name so that you look more trustworthy. You could use somebody else's subdomain. For example, you could have, you can use something like mywebsite.wordpress.com, and the WordPress is actually the main domain. But this is really, if you're serious about business, this is not really recommended. So I would definitely buy a domain name. They're about $10 for .com domain name, and I would use namecheap.com to get that domain name. If you want to check it out, there'll be a link in the description. I buy all my domain names from Namecheap. After you have your domain name, you have a bit more flexibility. First of all, if you are a coach, you probably will need some sort of booking software. I like to use a tool called Calendly. This is another software, and you can basically just add it to your website and people can book times with you. So you identify when you're free, then somebody comes to your website and they see, oh, hey, this person is available next Monday at from 8 till 2 o'clock. I can book any time that fits my needs there. And the cool thing is with Calendly, if you go for the paid version of it, then you can also ask for payments before people book a time with you. So if you want to provide sort of a one-off calls, then this would be perfect because you can charge before they even book it. So you kind of guaranteed you get paid. And then the third thing you need is the website itself. Now, there's so many different solutions and softwares you could use. So I'm going to narrow it down to two use cases. The first use case is just you want to have it something quick and cheap. And then the second use case is that you want to have something flexible and long term. So if we take a look at the first use case, in that case, I would use a software called System.io. And the pros of this software is that it's free. You have emails included, so you can start your email list all within the same package. And then it's quite easy to learn. So once you kind of figure it out, like maybe you take 1 hour tutorial, after that, it's easy to use. If we talk about cons of System.io, if we talk about like what kind of designs you can create there, they're kind of average. They look quite basic, yeah? But at this stage, you don't need anything crazy anyway. You can do okay websites. And then at times it's a bit clunky. You're not able to do everything you want, and it's not so customizable. So that's kind of where it's not as good as the next option. And if we talk about the use case 2 and you want something long-term and flexible, then I would go WordPress. And WordPress is just a software. It's a free software. And don't get confused. There's a WordPress.org and WordPress.com. And .com, I wouldn't use that. .org, you will be using it. So what is a web host? A web host is just basically a place to store your files for the website. And then they're displayed publicly online. My favorite web host is Hostinger.com. My websites are basically on that. If you're interested in that, there'll be a link in the description down below. And if you use that link, it also helps this channel because basically that's an affiliate link. When you use Hostinger and WordPress together, the pros are that basically it's super flexible. You can build pretty much anything on it. WordPress is so popular that it has like thousands of third-party plugins, and you can install pretty much anything. I was talking about the calendar, booking calendar earlier. You can actually install a plugin that does that also inside WordPress. So that could be one option for you. The other pro of using WordPress is that you have thousands of design templates. Some of them are free, and there's a lot that you can buy. The ones that are paid are usually just nicer and they look nice. There's, separate marketplaces where they just sell this design template. So I would definitely look into those if this is the path you want to take. And not only that you have so many templates, you can pretty much customize anything. If you can't do it, then there's hundreds, if not thousands of people that can do it for you, like developers on Fiverr, Upwork, or freelancer.com. You can just hire somebody. There's always somebody available to update something on WordPress. And the third thing is that you basically have, like gazillion tutorials on YouTube, and you're always, there's so many forums talking about WordPress. So probably if you face any issues, you'll have a solution. Somebody has already figured out how to fix it. Now the cons of using this is it's a bit pricier than the first use case. I think you'll have to pay something between $60 and $70 for the first year. And if you talk about other cons, then the WordPress is a bit harder to learn. It's a steeper learning curve, but once you get it, at least you can do pretty much everything in it. And then the biggest thing that I don't like about WordPress is that if there's any errors, and they will happen, you're all by yourself. Your web host probably won't help you. WordPress doesn't help you because it's open source, so you're a bit on your own, and you'll probably either have to fix it yourself or hire somebody. And this is kind of the sort of a bad thing about having so many plugins. There's so many third-party people working on this that at some point they will just have a conflict and something will break. So if you ask for my advice, which one you should go for, System or WordPress, I think it just depends on the type of person you are. For me, it's more important that you get started, you get your first clients in, because in the end, even if you have started with System, you can always move to WordPress later on. You probably will do that at some point of your journey. If you just want to have it properly from the start, then go with WordPress. You cannot go wrong in there. You're just gonna have everything in one place. And hey, a lot of people that I work with think that the hardest part of creating a website is the technical side. Actually, most people get stuck on the content and images. That's where they kind of give up. That's why I've created a website launch course where I show you the tech side, but also how to structure, design, and create copy for your website. If you're interested, the link will be in the video description down below. So how much does it cost to actually create a website and then maintain it? Well, we talk about the domain name is about $10 per year. Depends a little bit on the extension. Some are less, some are more, but you're probably gonna go with .com anyway, so that's about $10 a year. Now, if we talk about website prices, then obviously System.io starts free, and then they also have paid prices. And then if you go with the Hostinger and WordPress, then you're looking at something like $60 to $70 for the first year, and then maybe double that the following years. It really depends what type of promotion they have at that time. And then you have the booking calendar, and you can use it for free. Calendly is actually free, and then if you need that payment feature, then in that case you would have to pay, I think it's like $12 a month, which is not too bad. It's just like one or two consultations already will kind of bring you that money back. So in total, you're looking at investment of $10 per year to about $100, $120. It really depends what you go for. Let's quickly talk about how you get paid for your services. Now, there are kind of three options you can go for. The easiest one is to use Calendly. I already mentioned that. Then the second option is to use something called Stripe payment links. This is a kind of service where you can set up a product, and then you have a checkout page where people can enter their shipping details and the credit card details, and then they can check out. The good thing about using Stripe is that they have a lot of different payment methods, not just credit cards or PayPal. They have other options as well. It's a bit harder to set up. It needs a bit of more maintenance, but it is an option, and it's a free option as well. Or if you want to do, this is a bit more hacky, but you can use System.io. Even in the free version, you can use System.io and set up a digital product, but instead of digital product, at the end of when people pay and go to a thank you page, on the thank you page, you can show your booking calendar, the free version of it, and they can book a time with you that way. It's not bulletproof, but it works quite well. So how do you get started? Well, in this video right here, you can learn how to use System.io to create a very simple website. And in this one right here, I'll show you how to create a website on WordPress in just 10 minutes.